running right now. Testing, testing. Yep, looks like it is live. Alright. Okay. It's 2. Alright. 1, 2. And let's start number 3. See if that goes this time. Okay. Alright. So, on this stream, what we're going to be doing currently is moving the Glorious Pandas over to the NK65, one of my regular boards, and then the Zealios 62 grams. I believe it's the 62 grams from the Zealios to the Mark 65. They are unlubed as they normally do come. Normally, the Mark 65, not the Zealios aren't lube as far as I'm aware. Yeah, it is really pingy, and we'll do a sound test in a bit here. We'll just move this aside. This is the Mark 65 split spaceboard, split spaceboard, split spacebar with the split backspace. That's where I got spaceboard. Yeah, split backspace, split left shift. This is actually just to turn on and off the RGB on the keyboard. But as you can see here, or here, it is lubed, the Glorious Pandas. Okay, looks like the one of the streams just dropped, so I'm gonna start that all over again, and also charge this item here. This, I forgot to plug that in to make sure that's charging. I said go in. There we go. That should be charging just fine right now, so it should be good. Anyways, move that out of the way. Again, we are moving the Glorious Panda switches from here, which is the Mark 65, split spaceboard, split backspace, over to the Mark 65. From the Mark 65 over to the NK65 from novelkeys. This is from board source. And this is a more in-stock keyboard. I might actually swap to this for my general testing at one point, but I really like the split spacebar. Personally, I don't really like regular spacebar. As nice as it looks, as you can see, I like the dark color scheme. This is a much lighter color scheme, but this is a much not my specific type of keyboard that I wanted to use because of the missing split space bar. Okay, anyways, let's actually start with a sound test. We'll start with the Pandas on the Mark 65. So looks like both streams are running, so we'll just keep that there and see how that goes. Okay, plug this in. As you can see, we are also using the Shroud G303. Okay, let us go into Monkey Tab. I believe we have. Actually, let's see. Nope. Window. Add that. Okay. Oh, it's because it's not on. That's why. Where is he? Where are you? That's opening up monkey type. Monkey type is one of those few. Oh, there goes one of them. Let's hide that first. And There you go. Okay. Does this work? Does it show now? Okay. There you guys go. Can totally see that. Let's move that a little bit here. Okay. There you go. Regular English. Do we want 15 seconds? Let's do 30 seconds for live because I normally do typing tests for 30 seconds. 30 seconds for 15 seconds because on YouTube you don't really want to be listening on a Switch for about 30 seconds in the entire video. So we'll start with that. And regular English because I can't do 1K. I can do 1K. It's not as good, but we can move over to 1K if anyone wants to. Okay. Let us start here. Oh, let's move this around. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. I am... Yeah, no, that little bit there kind of screwed me over, but looks like I was getting at least about 104 at one point. Ah, that was a good run, too. I can't seem to get a consistent 100 words per minute. And I partially blame my thumb from doing that. Okay, let me just arrange myself properly here. And lock myself down. Give me one sec. 1 and 2. Alright. So yeah, I have locking wheels on my chair, and that's what we're gonna be using for that. Okay. Neck. Alright. Again, second run. There we go. Ooh. No. What have I done? I started so well. It's so awkward swapping to from a non-standard layout to a standard layout because I normally use this backspace on the Mark 65 instead of this backspace, which is normally this big. So sometimes I'd actually hit the tilde key. It's so bad. So bad. All right. One last test on the Mark 65 with the Glorious Pandas that are lubed. Yeah. Hopefully the stream sounds just fine. Let me test this out real quick. Okay. Alright, so it looks like you guys are hearing that just fine. So I was just checking to see how well you guys could hear the keyboard. Because I don't have the mic pointed specifically at the keyboard. It's in between my chest. It's actually at my chest level. So that's in between my mouth and the keyboard. That way you can kind of hear both. But it isn't, on one or the other. Okay, so. But it sounds fine so far. So we'll keep that. We'll do one more sound test. One more sound test, and then we'll type sentences or get a quote, and then we'll talk and expand on the quote a little bit here from Anki Type. I got confused there. I was like, EY? You can see me get confused. I was like, all right, I got this. EY? I just died there. Okay, seems like I can't sustain too much my words per minute. I'm not even on the high end of the 74 words per minute. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Alright, alright. Alright, now we're done with that. We can move over to the NK65 with the Zealios switches at 62 grams. Because they actually have 4 options for the keyboard. There is the 62 grams, and let me double check here. 62 grams, 65 grams, the 67 grams, and all the way to 78 grams. And here's the thing. Here's the weird part. I've actually tried, and I do have the 78 grams. However, the 78 grams are the silent versions, not the actual, what's it called? Not the actual Zeals. They are pretty much the same. They are just silenced. Let's move that there. Oh, I don't like how that looks, but we can keep it there. Oh, right. I did say we were going to do the quote. Let's do the quote first before we move over to the NK65. Ooh, that is really bright. I'll move you there instead on the left. Actually, I'll move you back to the left. The left. I'll use this as a wrist rest for my other keyboard. Why not? All right, let's go for a quote. Let's see a nice medium quote. All right. If all else perished and he remained, I should still continue to be. And if all else remained and he were annihilated, the universe would return into a mighty something. We shall find out, and we'll figure that out once we finish the quote. All right. There we go. As you can see, there is lights going on. Is the light in the back working? Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, you just can't see it from the angle of the camera. All right. Let's see what this quote is all about, if it means anything or if it's just a little funny. Okay. Come on. What is going on here? Okay. That's not too bad, I guess. Yeah, I didn't like that. I was confused. Alright. Still one of my best runs. Alright, let's check out this quote. If all else perished and he remained, I should still continue to be. And if all else remained and he were annihilated, the universe would turn into a mighty stranger. What could that mean? I have no clue. If all else perished, if all else left and withered away into nothingness, and he remained, I should still continue to be. Yes, of course. Yeah, no, if here I should. So, in other words, this is about memories, but looks like it. And if all else remained and he were annihilated, the universe would turn into a mighty stranger. Huh. This sounds like a quote of, like some sort of love song. If everything else died and he remained, I should still continue to be. So that is their memory. And if all else remained and he were annihilated, in other words, that person is gone, the universe would turn into a mighty stranger. In other words, everything around them would fall apart. It's one of those, oh, my world would fall apart without them kind of quotes. Yeah. But that's one elaborate way to put it. It's much more poetic this way, to be honest. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so let us move over to the NK65. We shall start NK65 with the Zealios V2 switches at 62 grams. We'll put this to the side. Excessively bright item there. Okay. You know, sometimes I wish I can change the ISO on some of these cameras. But if I change the ISO, it's not that great either. So coming. There you go. Nice looking cable. Let's get that situated over here. Move that up. Okay, let's start with a quote. Of course. Alright. Ooh, the world isn't perfect, but it's there for us, doing the best it can. That's what makes it so damn beautiful. Here's... right after that. I'll talk about it right after the quote. Alright? No. Alright, Roy Mustang at Full Metal Alchemist? What? Is this regular Full Metal Alchemist or is this Brotherhood? The world I messed up. The world isn't perfect, but it's there for us, doing the best that it can. That's what makes it so damn beautiful. No, the world isn't there for us. The world isn't doing the best that it can. Although a couple of years ago, it probably tried to protect itself at one point, and it lost. Unfortunately, the infection that is the human race will probably wipe us all out. But yes, the world definitely is not perfect, and that's what makes it relatively good. Because perfect to me, it just means that it could not get any better. This is the best iteration that you can ever dream of. And to me, that is not a great thing. But it's there for us. Sure, yes, you can say it like that. That is definitely a thing. Doing the best it can. No, it's not doing the best. It just is. It just is. Nothing is doing the best it can. It's kind of like saying you have to get paid in order to do the best you can. You don't necessarily have to get paid. Or you don't actually have to... You have to work hard and get paid. That's what I was trying to say. Not the other way around. I'm an idiot. Just call me an idiot. But yes, it is one of those things where you can look at the world and its imperfections and go, damn, that piece, that weird part is interesting. Why? Because you can fix it, you can find it entertaining, and that's what it is. That's the world. You know, entertainment is literally just timing and tragedy. Or at least comedy is, you know. That's why Tom and Jerry is just so goddamn funny. Yeah. But if that happened in real life, no one would be laughing. Alright. Let's go with time. We'll go with time. Alright, time, 30 seconds on the clock. We'll see where we can go. Okay. Oh my god! I backspaced. I backspaced the wrong way. That is not how you're supposed to backspace. Alright, one more time, guys. Whew. Swapping from one keeper to the other. It's crazy. missed. I missed. Alright, only 76 word per minute. God damn. Alright. Yeah. That section there. I don't even know what section that was. But yes, this board is really pingy. Well, the board itself isn't really pingy. It's the Zeal switches that are really pingy. So I'm gonna just have to take these and move them over to the Mark 65. And we will go through here one more time. But we'll go through quote one last time. Okay. Wow, this is a lot. And regarding marriage, Jesus Christ. Alright, every time I hear that dear old wedding march, I feel rather glad I have a broken arch. I have heard a lot of married people talk, and I know that marriage is a long blank. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Okay, picnic or a dance. Oh, that's nice. Alright, so every time I hear that dear old wedding march, I feel rather glad I have a broken arch. I have heard a lot of married people talk, and I know that marriage is a long walk. Long walk. To most people, weddings mean romance, but I prefer a picnic or a dance. That's kind of nice sentiment. Yeah, no, I've even had an ex who really wanted to get married, and here's the thing. I swore to myself that I would never ever get married, and not because I can't find anyone. I do have an ex. It is just one of those things where a lot of people have it on their checklist, and it's more of a checklist item. It's not because you want to be with a person, it's a lot because you want to get married. And that has its upsides. It's one of those things you're searching for. You want to get married, you want to find the right partner, but I think a lot of people don't realize that being married means being with that person that you potentially will have liked for maybe a month or two, and saying, yes, I would like to spend the rest of my life with this person. No, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this person because I'm genuinely interested in being with that person. It's because being with that person is, to me, satisfying or fulfilling or entertaining at the very least, or something that makes sense to be in general. But to stay there just because you're married, it's not one of those things I believe is, useful. It's very much a checklist to a lot of people. And I personally don't like that. So I vowed to never get married, and that's one of those things I'll just do and never ever do. But it's not something the first thing, you walk up to a date and go, by the way, I vowed to never get married. That's something you learn on afterwards. Especially if the talk of marriage starts to come up. You don't really want that either. Okay, now that we're done with the NK65 with the Zealios 62g, let's start swapping them over. And I realized I do not have anything. I just have my puller. Yes, that's where it is. Grab that puller. I'm gonna start the music for you guys. Yes. Let's. Hello. Okay. Let's go grab my switch puller, which is in the back here. Switch puller. Woohoo! Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Was not expecting all that coming in like 5 to 6 minutes. Wait, 5-6 minutes ago? Expecting all what? What did you miss there, Mint Noises? Okay. All right, time to move everything over. Okay, let's move that here, and yeah. So one of the things that I don't like about the keyboard hobby is that, or at least back then, was straight up soldered switches, honestly. Soldered switches can be a pain, but I do have soldering iron and I do have a solder remover. It's more of a solder mud. Okay, but let's check out what is going here. Yeah, so soldered switches, not soldered switches, soldered boards. Yeah, I actually had a solder pump or solder sucker. There we go, that's the word I was looking for, solder sucker. Actually, let me pull this out because we don't really need this for now. We can use the temp cable if we need it. There we go. As much as I like these connectors, that is literally the handiest thing about at least these types of connectors, especially when you have these little bits. I forgot what it's called. My brain is thinking XLR, but that's definitely an XLR. I forget the connector type for this, but that's the cool thing. You can just tuck it away if you have to, if you put the cable aside. On the other hand, if you just have a long cable, it can get messy real quick. Yeah, especially if you're just trying to move things around. Okay. But yes, I was talking about soldered. I came in at the tail end of that no marriage thought. Yeah. Well, I mean, that was based off the code. It's a checklist thing. There's so many people. It was a checklist thing. I swear to God. They're like, yeah, they get married, and next thing you know, they're divorced a month later because I didn't know they snored in bed. I'm like, what did you expect? Jesus. Stream just started? Oh my God. Oh, don't tell me it died and came back in. Oh my God. Alright. It's based off that code. The code is still on. Oh, Jesus Christ. I totally forgot my train of thought now. Oh yeah, I had a solder sucker, I guess. Yeah, solder sucker. I wanted to get the engineering one, but there was one that was much cheaper, at least on when I was ordering one. And yeah, it worked just fine, but I think it's getting stuck now. So I might actually have to swap that over. It is Cyber Monday, although it is kind of ending. Might want to check on that before it ends. Because Cyber Monday is a thing. Cyber Monday, not Cyber Friday. Black Friday deals and Cyber Monday deals is a thing. Okay. But yeah, solder sucker and the good old soldered switches. When I first had my, or the first Zealios I had, Zealios, they were the 76 grams. Engineer SS02. Yeah, that sounds about right. SS02, worth it. Okay. Because there's that. I kind of want to get that. I don't remember if it was under the expensive side or I was looking at it and it was on sale, so it was relatively cheap. I might buy that if I get 10 times more frustrated with the solder sucker that I actually have currently. And it does seem that it has replaceable tips, that little silicone bit at the end. So that is a plus. Okay. But yeah, I first had to, when I first got into the hobby, it was the Corsair, and then I got the Cooler Master. The Cooler Master was when I decided to tear apart the keyboard and then desolder all of the switches. Well, not all of the switches, because I realized it would be way too much. I would just 17? Oh, it is relatively. Oh, you bought the Engineer SS2 at full price. Okay, 25 bucks. Oh yeah, so if it is on sale, so it was on the cheap side, so it's definitely one of those things that are just worth it. 100%. So I would probably buy it. Let me just check that on Amazon right now. Assume I don't dox myself. Let me just make sure that. Oh, early streamer. I don't know what I'm doing. But at least I'm somewhat self-aware. As you can hear, I'm trying some clickies. What is it called? Solder sucker engineer. Near what's it called? SS02. Okay. Oh yeah, it is. Well, here in Canada, it's not on sale. That or I just missed the Cyber Monday deals? No, it doesn't seem like I missed the Cyber Monday deals. Okay. Yeah, no, we got some off-brand stuff. It's the SS02 that is not on sale. But for the price, $25 Canadian. That's just the regular price here, apparently. 23 depending on where you're buying it from. Yeah, 3-pack of solder suckers. Oh, wait, let me just show you guys this, I guess. Yeah, Canadian, it is $23 for this guy, $25 if it's from whoever's selling this. Solder sucker. So I don't know which one's the real one. They look practically the same, so it's probably the same product, but I'll probably buy it, honestly. So yeah. Oh wait, I guess you don't see it. So yeah, here it is. As you can see, it is 25 bucks, and then the one underneath is 23 bucks. I'm just gonna get 23 bucks. The difference is December 7th delivery date and December 12th to 29th. So if you want it as a present, you're paying $2 extra. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back monkey time. There you go. Oh, we'll leave that coat there. We'll leave that coat. Okay. Taking off the rest of the keys. But still. Yeah, so I was talking about the Cooler Master. No branding. 23 one is probably fake because there's no branding. Ah, I see. Okay. Well, yeah, that's probably part of the research I would be doing. I'd be looking into the product a little bit more just to make sure I'm getting the right one. It's not like it's on sale, so I could just buy it whenever, and hopefully the price doesn't spike up. But yes, my old Cooler Master keyboard, that's when I decided, because that was the one I was gonna bring to work, so I decided to buy of all things, the 78 grams. Was it 78 grams for the Zealios? It was 78, yes. 78 grams Zealios is what I bought, just because, yes, I want that. I just wanted to try it, so I figured, why not? Let's bring it to work. And yeah, it was a pain to desolder a bunch of those, and the solder sucker kind of worked and I didn't get the hang of it at first, because obviously you don't just get the hang of something you use for the first time. It took quite a while for me to actually get to that point where I was practically confident. I forgot the Mark 65 will fall down. The Mark 65 will fall down. Right. Okay, so that's the problem with the Mark 65 that I have found. We can just take it apart and put it back in. I think we can just take it apart and put it back in. That's fine. We'll let it fall down. Okay, I think I mentioned this previously. The Mark 65, the board actually falls down. If you remove all the switches off of this board, the PCB of the Mark 65 will just fall down because it's a floating PCB. Yeah, so it's not mounted on anything, so I can't just pull out all the switches if I want to try. I have to pull one switch out and replace it with another one over there. But it's alright, I'm just gonna take this all apart, unscrew it, screw it back in. We're on stream anyways, I can kill some time. Okay. Although, do I want to kill that much time? Making me doubt myself. God damn it. God damn it. You know, let's not kill some time. Let's go through this relatively fast. It is late here in the Canadas. Although I think I might have done irreversible damage at this point. Maybe not. Maybe not. Question mark? Maybe not. Let me just make sure it's all being held together. Where is my tweezers? I swear. Oh, they're there. Let's try to make sure that we're holding that up while we put in the switches. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that's one of the issues with the Mark 65. I have a speed switch for my space, for my function key. That's amazing. I actually like that so much more. Come on, go back in so you can hold the board. Do I have you in the wrong position? No, I don't. Okay, so with those back in, I said back in. Why are you making me a liar? All right, there you go. Back in. We're gonna set this aside, and we're gonna grab the NK65. We'll remove most of the switches from this as well. Let's remove the keycaps from everything. Let's just make it easy on myself. Actually, no, these are unlubed. I do have a couple unlubed. And I think these are, yeah, these are also speed switches, so that's easy to remember. What? I am very confused with myself. What have I done? Page up, page down, and yeah. So desoldering, soldering I've done multiple times on the, because I did a course where soldering was one of the things that we had to do. And yeah, 62 grams. Soldering is one of the things that we had to do, and it wasn't that great because I think the teacher almost failed all of us simply because our solders weren't quote-unquote perfect, but it was more than good enough. And when you ask, oh, is this a viable option and this makes sense, they're like, yeah, it's fine. It wasn't fine. They didn't apparently they didn't like it. That's why we got really, really low grades. And of course a bunch of people complained, and we got our grades up from that. And then we were told, oh yeah, no, just make sure it's better next time, whatever next time is. And as long as you get contact and you're pushing things through, should be fine. Yeah. But yeah, we had a whole test on it too, where, oh hey, yeah, just plug it into these devices, and as long as the inputs and outputs match, and it does the thing it's supposed to do, you guys will pass. It did not do the things that we all expected it to do, or at least mine did not. I barely passed that test, but the teacher also couldn't figure out what I did wrong and could not find any, what's it called? Any of my solder joints. None of them were actually touching each other for any short circuits to be happening. So the teacher was like, okay, look, I actually don't know what's wrong with your soldering issue, but all of your solder looks fine going through just a regular continuity test. It all seems correct. But on the tester, it did weird things. I can't remember the specific weird things. It just aired out and said, hey, no, this is not right. And no, the teacher couldn't figure out what was going on, so he just kind of blamed the tester and said, you know, I think the tester could be wrong, that or one of your items is actually faulty because none of your solder is incorrect. But we never had to desolder anything is the problem. So the desolder pump or the solder sucker is one of those things I just didn't know how to use. And that was a pain. And I think I ripped a couple of the pads out at the time. That was much harder. So ripping pads off is not as bad as you think. It's just that you might have to add a lot more solder to your mix or to the pad or the keyboard. Otherwise, you won't hit that little tiny bit that's left that was what was connecting the pad to the rest of the wire in the PCB. So after that, the 78 grams. Yes, the 78 grams is pretty much one of the heaviest switches I have. I kind of want to try the 100-gram one, just cause. And honestly, if you had a 100-gram switch, dude, that is great for caps lock. If you don't really like that you hit caps lock accidentally, 100-gram switch, just add it to that one key. All it takes. The chances of you hitting the caps lock is slim to none. Also, what you can do regarding regarding caps lock is the step caps. I don't know why step caps isn't just a thing everywhere. It's the same size, but it's only in ANSI or ISO. Oh my god, I keep forgetting which one is which at this point. God damn. But yes, it's the one with the big space bar, so a big enter key, not the big space bar. I'm thinking Mark 65 at this point, too often. Yeah, it's the one with the really obnoxious enter key. I know, I kind of find it funny that it's a very obnoxious enter key. But yes, the solder sucker on the, when I was on the Mark 65, god damn it, the Cooler Master keyboard was a horrible experience for the first 30 minutes, and then after that I kind of got used to it. You kind of have to, it can be ANSI or ISO. Yeah, no, I know step caps is, it can be ANSI or ISO, but it's always on the other one. It's a lot of keyboards, even for example this MK65 doesn't have it, and even the Mark 65, which is literally which literally has split backspace, split spacebar, and can do a split right enter. Right, and is there a left enter? Split enter, split left shift. Doesn't have it. They don't have the option to move between one or the other, because it's slightly offset, the stem. I find that annoying. I really wish it was just compatible. It's just slightly off, just the slightest bit off, and I hate it. Horrible. Yes, okay. Alright. Almost done with the keycaps being over here. Yeah. I'm looking at stream once in a while, and the IFK Cabernet, which is this set here to the right, it does look lighter than it's supposed to be on stream. Might have to apply a lot on stream at one point. But I think it's just that my camera is not used to having so much light. It is a phone camera. Could I be wrong about the step caps? I do remember trying it at one point. I always complained about it. Okay. There you go. Ugh. That is a little dirty. A little is understatement. I'm gonna get my touch grass little thing. That touch grass brush is what I'm gonna call it. Touch grass brush. Be back in a bit. Alright. Found this on Amazon. This is a a little brush now that looks like a pot. As you can see, I can touch grass. Fake grass, but, and it's great because once you remove the keycaps, you can just brush it off. I'm gonna brush it off to the floor because that's how it goes. Did my light turn off? Jesus Christ. Alright, move that down. There we go. So much cleaner, as you guys can see. Okay, I mean, this is relatively clean, I believe. Yeah, no, because I wiped it down a couple weeks ago. All right, time to one by one move switches from here to over there. We'll start with the corners. Because here I can just remove them. That's fine. God. I say I can just remove them, but I'm having a hard time with this one switch. Come on. You're fine. Wiggle, wiggle. Uh-oh. What is going on here? Yep, I'm pressing that in, yes. I'm pressing that one in. Am I not? I can move that one just fine. Well, we'll deal with that when we get to that point. Yeah, I'm removing all the switches. Oh, could this be an issue? Jesus Christ. It might be. Okay, it looks like the clips are a little longer than they... At least, yeah, it looks like these clips are either a little too long or the NK65's plate is a little too short. Or maybe a combination of both. That does happen. So, okay, I'm gonna grab these, put these aside temporarily. And we're gonna grab the corners, that way we can swap the switches and hopefully hold the plate in place. Because we had an issue with the control key previously, and turns out the board was tilted just enough. Okay. We're gonna swap these one by one. That way we can hold a lot of the board. Okay, hopefully that's fine. We're gonna hold this one here. Because I don't want to remove the switches that are unloomed. I have unloomed copies of the Pandas. The 1U. Here. Grab this guy as well. And apply that here. Let me just turn on the backlight again, because it looks like it turned off, as you can see. I don't think it matters so much. I don't know, I like it better with the light on. I'll leave it off for now. That's fine. Let's take out these three. And we'll remove these three. Ooh, okay. I do wish that there is a better... I might have to replace this, just to see if there are better ones out there, but all of the other ones seem to be the same thing anyways. Just a fancier looking version, or a fancier version in general. Okay, let's move this down here. Seems like it's floating. The PCB doesn't seem to be flexing. Alright, we got that one side. We're gonna grab this side as well. But yeah, the 78, I think, yeah, that's what I was talking about previously. 78-gram Zeal switches, sorry. God damn. Yeah, that happens way too much. Apparently a lot of people have sneezes. When they sneeze 2 to 3 times. I sneeze minimum 3 times every time I sneeze. I don't even know what made me sneeze. But yeah, apparently that is a thing for me, and apparently it does happen. I haven't seen anyone sneeze that way, but I do sneeze that way consistently. Thank you there, Mint Noises. Okay, hopefully these two rows are enough. We might do a little bit in the middle, just to make sure we carry most of the board. Oh, did I not? Yeah, because, oh yes, I sneezed. That's why I did not move those over. Okay, but yes, the 78 grams at work, it was just fine. I didn't really notice. All right, you have a nice one there, Mint. Yeah, sleep well. Drink some water, not too much water before you sleep. Alright. Close these off. And put them... yeah, so same row. Let's go with the same row. But, you know, I did notice that a lot of people go, oh, 70 grams. Oh, it's way too heavy. I have 78. And honestly, I don't think anyone noticed whenever they type on the keyboard. They kind of noticed that it was a little heavier to type on, but it wasn't a nuisance, as some people would have thought. So, I don't know. I kind of like it. The weird part is, if you're on a marathon gaming session, which I did as well with the 78 grams Zealios, not the... What's it called? Yeah, Zealios, not the Zealios. That's where it kind of just... After a long gaming session, I was pressing the forward key or the W key, and I realized I wasn't moving and going, what the heck? I'm pressing the key. And I looked down. I wasn't pressing the key. I was not pressing the key at all. It was so eye-opening. It was just like, what? How did that happen? Oh my god. But yes, it was one of those things. If you're looking for long gaming sessions, don't get the 70 grams. Do not. 78 grams is way too much. Caps lock, put it there. That's fine. You don't want to be hitting that key anyways. Keys like 1 or higher, or 1, 2, 3, just so that you can swap weapons. It's fine. You can do that. So as long as you're not consistently holding down the buttons, you can go relatively heavy and you'll be fine. There we go. Find a friggin' lay. Okay. Alright, let's move those out as well. Okay. Looks like we're having a fine time. Alright. Let's take these two out. Let's get the entire perimeter in before moving on to the next switches. Okay. I don't know if anyone has actually used higher than 75 grams for their switches. I don't think there are many switches that go out above 70 something grams. Even something like the Bad Seed Tactiles was 62.5 or 63.5. And honestly, I really liked the Bad Seed Tactiles. They were very obnoxious switches. Yeah. Very loud, very tactile. Even more tactile than these pandas. Yeah. That was crazy. I don't hate them. And apparently novelkeys are the ones manufacturing them now versus Prevail Kiko. Yeah. Looks like they went under after the whole 2020 thing that went down. Not that many orders. I guess the total addressable market, or the amount of people that are actually into keyboards, couldn't really spend on keyboards after that initial wave. Is what I believe. And not only that, if you look at what happened with the whole "Can you trust me" thing, or the report, I forget what they call it. Teja, in conjunction with someone, made a report whether a the vendor list was trustworthy. And I think I was watching Alex Sotos' stream, and he mentioned that, yeah, he doesn't think it makes that much sense. Like, it makes sense in terms of people just kind of looking at the hobby and want to know, make it an easy list, and there's a ranking. And yeah, he's right in I might be misquoting here, but he's right in terms that people will look at it and go, oh, that's a B, I shouldn't bother, because there are S ranks. S ranks is above and beyond, but people go, oh, it's the best, I will only order from the best, even though an A plus or an A is just fine. Yeah. And if you put a number instead, like 85, 90, 95, people will do the same thing. And just being about 5 points lower than the competition will make someone change their mind. And there's nothing that you can do about it. It just is, relatively speaking, human nature. You can't really expect them to just give up, I guess, on that. People really, really like to have the best of the best when they can get it, which is unfortunate. Even though, let's say, moving from one to the other has 90% of the benefit, despite being 10 times the cost. Because some people do that. Okay. It's just one of those things that people, I guess, really, really want to. But you can't blame them for going for the best they can versus not. Let's put these in. That way, not wasting too much time. Has been an hour. Made a mistake. What is wrong with me? That's also a mistake. Okay, it might be the plate. I think the plate's an issue here. Okay, NK65, the plate is relatively inconsistent, or these switches are relatively inconsistent, but I had trouble taking that off previously. Therefore, I think it is the plate. I think the plate is slightly inconsistent and is on the tighter side versus the looser side. Honestly, I don't know. I think on the looser side is the better of the two versus the tighter side. But that's just me. I think, who knows? Who knows? To be honest, 1, 2. I'm not gonna remove more than 2 switches, honestly. Because if I remove more than 2 switches, like I said, the Mark 65's board will pop out. At least I believe so. So we're gonna just do this and see if we can replace the switch as we remove them. There we go. There we go. Take that out. Put this in. Take that out. Put this in. Yeah, I can start to feel the board flex a lot. There we go. Okay. I'm hoping it's fine. I really am. Doesn't look like it's fallen yet, but we'll find out if this method works with the Mark 65. It's a relatively easy fix, but it's just a lot more work than you would normally think if you're just swapping switches. Okay. Boom. One of the other rows are complete, and I might be able to just take out the rest of the rows without worrying about anything. Okay. Oh yeah, the reverse switch there. Oh, Jesus Christ. There we go. Yeah, I might have to grab the extras off the shelf there. Off the wall. Okay. Let's grab some more switches. There we go. Where's the... Oh. I was holding on my left hand. 1, 2... I said 2. Do not fall. Jesus Christ. Removing switches can be a pain. As you can see, it takes at least an hour to get from one point to the other. And we haven't even... This is just a switch swap. But it's much easier when the switches you have are already removed. Honestly, I believe I should have done it previously. I should have done this off stream, at least the removal of one of the switches. That way it's a little bit different. But I guess we'll have to test the glorious pandas on the NK65 And oh yeah, I forgot to mention the NK65 I have is relatively modded because I don't like the solid sound it had previously. I put in a foam insert instead of the solid silicone one that I had previously. At one point, might have to swap back to that. That way it is a standard, bog standard experience with the NK65 if I want to use it as my test board. But I think honestly this was a better review board than the NK65. So I think I'll stick with the Mark 65 instead of the NK65 and have the NK65 as a backup instead of a main review unit. The hard part about something like the Mark 65, getting the PCBs will be hard if it ever does break. Because like I said, it does drop if you remove all of the switches. Okay, here we go. And on the left hand side, we have the Mark 65, which is getting Zealios switches. This is the orientation. That's the hard thing about the Mark 65. The orientation honestly is a little confusing. You have to double check and make sure you're using the right orientation depending on your switch layout. Okay. You can probably see it with this one row here. You have south side facing RGB, south side facing RGB, and then all of a sudden you have north side facing RGB. So there might be some keycap issues there. God damn, why is there a random hair in here? This is what you get from having so much long hair, guys. Hair comes flying out everywhere. You don't know why, just is. Okay. Remove these three, remove these three. Ooh. What? That's saxophone. Damn. What track is this? I like it. Royal Orchard. Alright. For those who are not aware, it is this is Stream Beats Royal Orchard by Stream Beats by Harris Heller Royal Orchard. I'm a hit like on that. I like that. It's nice. It's nice and calm. Ooh. I like it. Jesus Christ. Move there. This one here. And there. There we go. Okay, that's a much sharper sound. Yeah, it's a much more solid sound on the Pandas versus the Zeals. Okay, alright. We are moving this over here. Because why not? While we're at it. Yes. Yeah, that's the nice thing about these beginner friendly, I guess you can say, or entry-level boards. They are relatively easy to put together. Huh, I'm hearing some sprinkling hitting the Pandas. But I think it's coming from the rest of the switches. That's odd. Okay. Some resonance going on in there. Okay, nope, I just need this. I guess I can put this over here. Alright, let's remove a bunch of these switches and then we can swap everything else out. This is kind of funky, honestly. Look at that, looking at that layout. Damn. Come on, pull out. That's a hard thing to do. Oh my god. I know it's hard to pull out, guys, but make sure to pull out, especially if you don't want random children. Jesus Christ. Pull that out. Pull that out. Pull that out. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's the one thing it has against it. The the mod that I did makes this keyboard 10 times lighter than it's supposed to be. That silicone insert is definitely one of those things that you feel like you would need. Ooh, that's not nice. That's not good. Yeah. Okay, yeah. NK65, the plate might be a little too tight, and I forget which one. But effectively, you might be bending the you might be bending the switches. It shouldn't affect the performance, but it might affect the sound of that very specific switch by quite a lot. I don't think it's gonna matter too much, but it is one of those things that you might want to be aware of, especially when you are pulling switches out. Yeah. I don't know what these are rated for in terms of switches. There you go. Look at that. Never ever make a layout of a keyboard like this. This is horrible. You just have random keys. Heavier or lighter than the others. Oh, you know, I might make a video about this. Just having random keys. And there is an optimal way to make this. Keys like caps lock having much harder to press switches, and backspace, especially when you strike those much harder. Okay. Alright, I should be able to remove the rest of the switches just fine. So we're gonna go through this relatively fast. Actually, let's put these in. Wait, no, I have to take these out to put over here. Right, of course. Ow. I popped the joint. Okay. Yeah, let's keep going. I don't know. The amount of switches that are available, 90% of them are roughly the same with slight variance. The biggest difference between a lot of the switches seem to be the sound, mostly because of the materials that it's made of. I really wish that we start seeing switches that have the insides slightly changed just to change the sound profile. The long pole switches are literally the only thing that is different. Yeah. So let's do one here and one there. Come on. Alright. This should hold all the switches together, or the plate. I'm hoping this holds the plate together. Alright, so the plate should be fine now that we have most of the switches in and it's being held by the corners and the sides and all of the other switches. Okay. Where's... Okay. There you go. Orientations. Okay. Might have to grab the extra switches here in a sec because the Mark 65 has more switches than normal when you have a lot of split keys. Might have made a mistake going split backspace, but the tilde key is relatively nice, especially of games like Counter-Strike, where when you have the mods in, where you can hit tilde, go into servers, and what else? I think that's pretty much it. It's more of a server thing than anything. That's not correct. No, I didn't bend it. Does that just not feel correct? Yeah, that does not feel correct whatsoever. That looks... I mean, it's right, but... Oh, it's right next to a north-facing... oh my god. That's why. Jesus Christ. I see. North-facing versus south-facing RGB, and I was like, wow, that doesn't look like the next switch. Well, because it isn't like the next switch. What did you expect? Let's put these before we get the other key, because I think this will fit the rest of this board and we'll be fine. Okay. Okay. I don't know. North face, south facing. I think south-facing RGB. Yeah, south-facing RGB was made specifically so that they get more light shown onto the keycaps. Because up on the north-hand side, yeah, I think north-facing RGB if you want the legends to be shown, but south-side RGB for the RGB to be shown. Yeah, that's quite the difference there. Okay. I don't know, I feel like I should be doing this stream on my main channel, but on the main channel it's mostly videos, not live streams, and I think I should separate those out. I don't want to move from live streams to videos only to live streams. I'll probably mention it there once in a while, but that's pretty much it, unfortunately. Move that there. Push this up. Yeah, I guess I should mention there are VODs up as well. I guess I can do this. Boom. Take this and put that here. Okay. Oh, I realized I got 2 left. Alright. Huh, weirdly. 1, 2... Yeah, so I have 3 extra switches in the regular layout versus the split layout, and that's because of split backspace, split keyboard, oh my god, split spacebar, and split left shift. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4. But that's 4. That's supposed to be 4. But I have 3 extra. Weird. I'm missing this. I am a fool. Nothing but a fool. Okay, let's go grab these and move them to that side. Uh-oh, here comes one of those. There we go. 4 keys. Yes, definitely need the extras now. Need 3 extra keys instead of 4. And then we're gonna grab these 2. Oh. Only 1 extra key. No, it's not 1 extra key. 1 extra lubed key. I'm gonna take these out now, because these are the unlubed glorious pandas, and these are all lubed. I want to keep them separate. Unlubed is always on the arrow keys, because no one really uses the arrow keys. People say they do. It's not as often as you think. Even on the Mark 65, if I wanted to use the arrow keys, I could actually use the function key over here, which is in between the 2 spaces, and use either WASD, which is fine, or for some people, or at least, yeah, for some people it's on the right hand side, which was left, up, down, and right. Although, given that the spacebar is over here, and then I can just use my fingers on the normal WASD or numpad configuration is much better. I would rather do that. Function WASD. Which is this? IJKL. IJKL is probably the closest or most ergonomic that you can do. Okay. Alright, moving these over. Have to be really careful because I don't want to accidentally put them with the lubed ones. But the lubed ones sound so much more different than the unlubed ones that I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue. However, it's going to be relatively hard to find in a sea of switches. Yeah. Find the unlubed switch in the middle of a pile of switches. God, that's what it is. It's not a needle in a haystack. There is one unlubed switch in that pile of switches. Tell me which one's unlubed. Oh my god. That's a keyboard challenge right there. Yeah. Awesome. Alright, we have a full board of glorious pandas. We're gonna test this one first. We're gonna get back to this in a bit. Let's put one over here so we're not going too crazy. Hopefully the PCB is lifted enough. Okay, that it's not going nuts. Alright, but it should be held. Where is the Zeals? Zeals are over there. Ow. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Yes, so the Zeals are over here. We're gonna grab 3 more Zeals and we should be able to call it a day for this side of the keyboard. Yes, don't use exiting speech in your videos, otherwise people leave the video. Honestly, if you use a lot of exiting speech, it's fine. It's just FYI, you're... Yeah, you can tell. Alright. Both keyboards have now been switch swapped. Do I have extra slots? I do not have extra slots in the switch bins. I have to buy another set. Great. Cool. I hate myself sometimes. This hobby is way too expensive, and yet here we are. All the other hobbies in the world. Honestly, it doesn't matter what hobby you get into, because regardless of which hobby you get into, you can go at crazy expensive. You would think stuff like badminton. Oh, that's not expensive. The shoes are $400. The racket is $600. I remember trying out a racket from one of my old classmates, and they're like, "Yeah, I bought this racket. I really like it." I'm like, "Oh, yo, can I try it out? If you haven't used it that much, and just feel free to use it first before I, put my own wear and tear on it." And they're like, "No, it's fine, just try it." And I kid you not, I really, really, really like that racket. I was like, whoa, this racket's really good. I think it was one of the Voltric series by Yonex, and I went to look for it. I found it. It wasn't in your local sport check. You actually had to go into an actual badminton store to find one of these guys. And holy crap, that thing was $600. And I'm looking at, I thought to my classmate and going, damn, you are rich. Well, turns out he goes to tournaments, so it makes sense, especially coming from the parents' side. Okay, yes, the Zealios are definitely much sharper than something like the glorious pandas. I like the lower pitch sound keyboards, and I also like muted. My favorite personally actually is silent switches, just because it doesn't get in the way at all, period. But I really like tactiles, because I like to know when I press my switches. Or activate my switches, I guess you can say. A lot of people, or at least I think Teja mentioned, oh yeah, once you get used to how you press the switches on linears, you'll find out, oh, linears and tactiles are practically the same, and you can use them. I'm like, I still like linears. I like the feel of linear switches versus non-linear the tactile switches, not linear, the other way around. Sorry guys, I still like tactile switches over linears. I just like the feel. I like the tactile feel of it. But no, Teja's opinions are obviously subjective, because this hobby is, oh, I like these better than that better. Oh, why would you buy that? It's more expensive version of this thing. And a lot of people have their own opinions about everything. And there are, more often than not, a lot of people who have strong opinions, and they believe because what they have experienced is true for them, chances are it's going to be true for someone else. But that's never always the case. And I find more often than not, what's true for you isn't what's true for anyone else. Because a lot of the times, a lot of people's perception is what makes their reality. It's not perception. It's not that the reality is, oh, tactiles are better. Tactiles aren't always better because you perceive them as better. Therefore, they are better. And it comes down to stuff like, if you go to lttstore.com, they sell what is called the water bottle, or lttstore.com water bottle. I should have put this over there. I was on autopilot. I just realized that. I'm a fool. So I'm just gonna start. No! I hate this so much. Actually, no. I put this over there. I can put this back. I think I'll put GMK Polybius back on this. And then IFK Cabernet with a split spacebar. I made a review on... was it the Mark 65? I forgot. I made a review on one of the switches. And the keyboard I used was the Mark 65 with the angle typing degree tilted a little more. I've modded this as well, where, as you can see, I have nubs. This is the original, very transparent. That is the original little rubber nub that it came with. That's why you can see this section here. I guess I can show it. Can you focus? Can you focus? Is this your minimum focusing distance? Come on. You can focus. There you go. Alright. You can probably see the knob. And that knob, that little transparent knob, is the original feet. This is extra feet that I've bought. It is much larger than the original feet, as you can see. So there is a very slight typing angle to this, and I like it better. Not only that, these top tips are much more softer, and I like it. I like it that way. I like it that way. Should I do Polybius on this? I'll probably do Polybius on this. Do I want Polybius? Should I do Polybius? I think Polybius would be better on this, because it is good in blue, maybe? Do I still have good in blue somewhere? I probably have good in blue lurking somewhere. Maybe good in blue. Good in blue might be the play here. Yes, I'm gonna go with good in blue with Polybius. We're gonna make some keycap sets here, guys. Good in blue with Polybius. I have to move things over. Give me one sec. I believe it's in this case. Or these guys have good in blue? No. No. That is drop. You good in blue? No, that's definitely nowhere near. I don't know if I can find good in blue, guys. Oh, maybe it might be in here. I'm pretty sure there is a decent chance it'll be in this pocket here. Yeah, because this is where I keep the extra pieces. This is for the Mark 65, except this is the angled feet for it. I believe this should be it. This might be it. I really should move this aside. I should be putting a lot of my keycap sets somewhere that is easily accessible versus there. I was wrong! I have lied to myself multiple times. Where will I put these? Oh no, this is for my old ROG keyboard. Oh no. Oh. Okay. It's not here. This is from the Ducky. This is Cat Horizon. that is, well, last hurrah. I mean, there is some good in blue there, but it's not good in blue. Oh, I realize where my good in blues are. Okay, we're not doing good in blue, guys. I lied to myself 5 times today. Why? It's not that I hate myself. It's simply that I loathe myself. Ha 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 ha. Funny words and things. Such riveting conversation we are having. Yes. I will put these keycaps back. This is part of my keyboard hobby. Yes, the shameful Corsair logo in the keyboard hobby. That's where I started. That's where I started in this hobby. But that's what also made me continue going, because if the Corsair didn't suck so bad, I wouldn't have kept going. Can you imagine? Oh man, these keyboards suck. I have to buy a better one, and then a better one, and then an even better one. And now I have 8 keyboards. Can you imagine? God damn it. Goddamn hobbies. Why can't they be cheap? I mean, hobbies are cheap in general. It's just I chose the expensive ones. For no real reason other than I can, I suppose. Who's to blame? Well, there's me, myself, and I. So, 3 people. 3 people. Alright. Back up. Store.com. Everyone knows. LTTstore.com. Alright. We are gonna go with Polybius today. IFK Vanier? No, but it doesn't match the purple. I think the Polybius, because at least it's navy blue. Yeah. Polybius it is. I think I need the Cabernet extras. I think I have Cabernet extras in here. And yeah, this is Cabernet Dark, which is this guy. We'll grab the Polybius afterwards, but effectively I want to move. I guess we're gonna have to. Oh right, I forgot, because I accidentally moved it a bit. There we go. A little bit more. Ta-da! Back into my original position. Why is my cap slowly falling off? God damn. All right. Jesus Christ. Neck. We will add this back. The Key Dot Company. Wait, what? Cabernet 2 times. Is that? Oh, I see. The keycaps themselves are the same color. It's just that it looks darker simply because of the light insides. Oh, so I just need the actual Cabernet, not dark. But dark might actually contain the space bars. I was right, it contains the space bars, guys. I'm gonna take the space bars. There we go. And I think I used the dark set for its mods. I think I used the dark set's mods, because I can't quite remember. I might have used dark set mods. Okay, let me check. Cabernet, as you can see in my cabinet there. Cabernet. Here's Cabernet. Cabernet. I screwed up. Let me just save some time. Does not save time. I really like the Kida companies or Infinite Keys. I don't know which one. I really love their boxes. It's so much nicer than GMK's, honestly. Oh no, I have a scratch on it. Mind you, I don't hate GMK's either, because look at that. Ooh, so nice. It's just cardboard though. It's not even hard cardboard, it's just flimsy cardboard. Oh, it's regular. It's regular, guys. I lied. Okay, we're gonna put this back. Oh no, not the escape. Alright. So many keyboards and keycap sets. It's all. This is IFA Cabernet as well. Oh, I guess you guys can't see that. Let me just show that. Oh. IFK Cabernet. I like Cabernet, honestly. I really like dark reds. This is one of my favorite colors, the dark red. In real life, it is much darker than it showcases. I'll tell you guys right now. I'm looking at stream a couple times, so I look back and forth and go, it's much darker in real life. It looks much nicer in real life. A little more classy in real life. Yeah. But, you know, streams aren't real life, so you have that. I think if I was able to get another camera set, I could show off how nice they look in the correct color scheme. But one day, that one day is not today. Man, this is real chill. I really, I don't know. I kind of wanted to go with other creators for the music, but when you're doing something like keyboards, rock music just doesn't seem right, you know? When you're doing some arts and crafts. There's some people who love listening to some rock music, and I forget who made it. I think Epos Vox makes backing track. Backing track has apparently a electronic music. A lot of electronic music. There you go. So those are the regular stuff. Let me pull this out. Ta-da! Now we can go with these guys. Control function. Alt. Left, right. Up. Down. Yes, let me type on this keyboard that doesn't exist. Yeah, blank. Honestly, I love blank keys. They're so nice. Yo, if someone can make a blank keycap set, that would be so dope. That would be so dope. I think end is just regular, ain't it? No, this is regular. Oh, it is regular end. Alright. Da-da-da. The big fat UK spacebar. I like the big UK spacebar. It's so nice. It's so nice. Okay. Polybius for this. Okay. Put this back. Is there a third row? There is a third row. Eh, we'll leave it. Don't need it right now. Okay. Do not screw up. Those are the numbers. And those are alternate spacebars. Yes. Leave that there. We'll grab this here and the top. Put Cabernet back on. Oh. Oh, that is cute. That is nice. I don't want to spill it, but on the side of Cabernet, it isn't just the barrels. It's different. It's a little, you know, I shall risk it for the biscuit. just to show you guys, only for you guys, you know, showing the box art. The box art. It's really nice. It's one of those things where when you have a box art, you gotta show it. Oh, I forgot a key. I forgot a single key. But okay. Let me see if we can make sure we don't spill the rest of the stuff. Oh, I guess you can see it here. Yeah, you can just see it. It's different. You can see it up there. It is barrels, but you get the wine bottle and the wine glass filled with some wine on the inside as you open the box. It is quite nice, honestly. I didn't notice that. Alright. Over here, that way it's a little fine. We'll take these off because I effed up. And where's that cover? We'll remove this because we're putting it on Zeals. If we want something somewhat matching the Zeals, I think Polybius is the go-to. And then I will be moving. No. Okay, this is the one I don't like about their add-on kits. They slide. They're relatively hard to make sure you have correctly. Okay, I've got this over here. That is Cabernet as well. Gonna grab Polybius, but before that, we're gonna take this off because we need the split spacebar. Split spacebar. We shall put you back here as escape key. We'll deal with those a little later. That's relatively easy to deal with. Okay, we'll take this off and we will put Polybius later. What was this from? I think this is from IFK Vanir. Vanir is one of my favorites. Cabernet and Vanir and Civilizations. I bought those 3 switches just because it is my favorite color scheme. Wow! You can really see that smooth out, huh? In real life, you can barely see it. But yeah, damn. Okay. I see. Oh, I guess that's just the camera. But yeah, no. This thing, it's a little what it is, I guess. Alright, just making sure things are okay. What is it? Polybius. I was gonna put Polybius. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna put it out. But yes, finally, after quite a bit. Whoa, did that just leave the socket quite easily? Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. You might actually have to press it in, guys. Okay, we'll find out if the switches are fine. Are the switches even in? Jesus Christ. Keycap pullers, secondary screwdriver, testing cable. Yes, we understand it is a Type C. Let us show that. Okay, it does work. Oh, right. Let me just complete the code. Okay, so it's so for that quote was, I'm getting a little tired of people asking me if I care or not, because I do, but not enough to push women and children aside to get on a lifeboat. Okay, just okay. All right, so it's much looser here. All right, oh, let's not do that. Okay, you know what, let me put this aside though. I have space. Gotta get myself some space. Let's use a keycap puller to pull out switches. Okay. Yeah, it's just pulling out. Is it because... Huh. That is odd. I haven't had this problem before. I guess it's much tighter than I thought it would be. Okay, so pulling out... let's rearrange things. Let's move that, put that aside. Don't want too much of a mess, honestly. 3 and 2. And 1 and escape. There we go. You guys can check that out. But you know, I've actually haven't had this issue with at least the Mark 65 where I pull the keycaps off and the switch comes with it. So this is the first time. So it's either the Zeals. The Zeals are a little loose then. That means the NK65's plate is definitely way too tight. Gosh, darn. Did not expect that to happen, to be honest. Yeah, I'm using a technique right now where I put in, I guess I can show here. When I'm having switches get pulled out with the keycap, you do it at slight angle. So I press down, I move up, right? So pressing down this way, because normally your switch puller would be somewhere in the center. You push one side, doesn't matter which side, but you have to use your one of your fingers to push the keycap puller closed. You push to one side and then you pull it off. So as you can see there, it moved sideways. So you're kind of torquing it out. I wouldn't do this too many times with a lot of the keycap sets that you use or the switches. It's fine if you do it once in a while, but don't do what I do because you can actually torque off or loosen the keycap switches. So I would not suggest it if you are constantly doing this. As a hobbyist that does it once in a while, or as a beginner, that's fine. That's a nice technique to learn. Just don't constantly do it. Fair warning. I teach you guys this, but do not constantly do it. Constantly doing it can cause issues. I mean, there's a lot of things that a lot of experts, quote unquote, in the hobby or veterans in the hobby would do that they'll be like, don't do this. But why do you do it? Well, because I know that I'm not going to do it again in this particular board because I have 10 different switches and 10 different keycap sets and 10 different... You have one. And if you break that one, you'll be highly disappointed. So, unless you get deep in enough that breaking one or two of these isn't too much of a big deal, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Yeah. But if you're starting out, have one keycap set, be aware that it can cause issues, but it is the easier way to do things. It's one of those relatively convenient. It's a convenience factor with somewhat calculated risk. Also, you will end up bending your keycap puller. As you can see, it's already bending to one side right now. Easy fix. Just flip it around. Now it's bending to the other side, and then you can start bending again. Or not. Okay. Boom. Alright. Yeah. Come on. There we go. So, I mean, that wasn't attached to begin with anyways. Okay. Ta-da! Now it's relatively straight. Doing this way too often on this keycaps. One of my favorites, guys. One of my favorites. White. Very white. Oh, and you can see the difference. As you can see here, it's almost, this is pure white, this is a grayish white. Yeah, you can see it's grayish white. Nothing to do with the text either. It's just the whites are definitely different whites. Very Linus rant. I ordered eggshell. I didn't say matte. But yes, t-shirt I'm wearing. I do like LTT, despite the controversy they were in previously. LTT, yes, it's mostly entertainment with some issues with their testing and having to go through a lot of processes that get missing just because they're trying to get one video a day, especially on the main channel. And in terms of because of the high volume, they probably have a lot of money getting lost just by not publishing once a day. I bet you that. And honestly, that's fine in general. I get it why they do what they do. And you would think, oh yeah, they're much more reputable, therefore they have to be much more accurate. And that by itself is true. But here's the thing. I don't expect them to be the most accurate all the time. And I take everything roughly with a grain of salt. Even when I say things, always take things with a grain of salt. You don't want to just go, oh yeah, this guy said this, therefore it obviously is true. So it is one of those things where I don't always agree with a lot of the recommendations. For example, I watch Linus Tech Tips, Hardware Unboxed, Hardware Canucks, what else? Bitwit, Paul's Hardware, Jay's 2 Cents, you know, the Gamers Nexus, Derbauer, a lot of those guys. I watch all of those guys, and honestly, I always take it with a grain of salt. And one of the things I do hate about all of these channels is they mention, oh, it's not great value for the price. It's not great value for the price. Oh, this is a great value for the price. Well, how do you know that I'm poor and or rich? You don't. You just expect everyone has minimum wage. Meanwhile, even if you have minimum wage, if you go to somewhere like, let's say, Southeast Asia, the taxes on, what's it called? On any electronics are crazy. I went to the Philippines at one point, and straight up, a pair of Skull Candy headphones normally is just a couple $100. Right? Like $100, sometimes 50. I converted the price of $50 headphones here in Canada, and I was Canadian. Alright? Canadian. $50 headphones. Canadian. Translated to almost $100. Canadian as well. Back in the Philippines. I was just sitting there going, what? This headphone is supposed to be like $50. Yes, ducks. I said ducks. Loonies and toonies, guys. Same thing. Jesus. Alright. Oh, I didn't even have to take these off. Yeah. Dice up, guys. Honestly, I wish this was just shot with the correct color instead of it being dye sub. Although, one of the things I would probably do is have two different colors. For example, if I really wanted a dark green, I would have a dark green plastic with dye sub reds. If I ever make my own keycap set, I would definitely try that out just to see what it looks like, because I like reddish green, the impossible color. It's apparently an impossible color to have. What's it called? Those colors together. Red and green. Apparently, actually impossible. Reddish green. You can probably get them simply by. Oh no. Where's my spacebar? Right. GMK civilization. I need that spacebar. All right. We will grab that later. It is relatively easy to spot anyways. It's over there in the back. I haven't even closed my cupboard, have I? Yeah, no. As you can see. There's my cupboard. Okay. No skeletons in there, guys. No skeletons in the cupboard. Not at all. Nothing is suspicious. Alright. Oh, okay. I don't hate it. Split shift, right. Split shift. I had a split shift. This is the thing about having funky keyboards, guys. You have to forget the normal layout rules. You gotta make sure. Oh, come on. You gotta make sure you have the right keycap set. You have to pull out every keycap set that you have just to get it ready. luckily enough, these are 65%. And ooh, that sounds solid. I modded this keyboard to make it not sound just too solid. I wanted the lower end pitch instead of the higher end pitch. So to do that, I had to put in a foam insert on the keyboard. Let me just that way. There you go. As you can see, I really like this design, and honestly, I wish there was a better foam insert, but I didn't do too bad of a job. As you can see, it's a little cut too short here and here, but it's better than, you know, it's. I would like to clean this up at one point. Get one that's relatively clean, make sure it's well done. Yeah. Maybe move this a little to the right, but yeah, that key. Alright, let's keep going with the rest of the keys. Yeah, so I modded the MK65 so that it didn't sound too solid and had a more lower end pitch or mid pitch to it instead of relatively high pitch because of the silicone insert that it has. Yeah, there's also a silicone insert. Does this have the silicone insert inside? I don't believe this one had the silicone insert. Do I have the silicone insert? No. So right now I don't even have the silicone insert under the plate because normally there is a silicone insert on the plate. Therefore, yeah, I think my preferred was silicone insert on the under the plate with the foam, not foam, the cotton. Yeah, the cotton bottom or polyester bottom. Oh my god. Yeah, I think this board is just too tight. God damn. Jesus. Yeah, you heard that snap. Ugh. That's a nasty snap. Okay, but that's fine. Okay. I thought I heard pingy. Me don't like pingy. I don't like ping. Honestly, I had this stupid idea for switches that bumped around in my head at one point, where the switches would create a crystalline sound ping because of the of the spring, or some sort of other mechanism that allowed it to create a ping or crystalline noise. Okay, there is a little bit of spring ping that you can hear. Very slight. But, you know, it's not as bad as it was previously. But then again, I also had this thing where what I did was I took the the switches that had the most ping in them from the alphas. If you test the alphas, you can see if one of your switches has a relatively nasty ping. No, not another one of those split, guys. All right, split. End, I guess. Up and down and escape. Delete. We'll put delete over here. Hey, one of the splits work. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna go grab those. Gonna get GMK Civilization for this. Civilizations. GMK Civilization, guys. Here you go. Okay. Let's move this aside and test that out. I think I can put this on the Mark 65 board first, real quick. Let me just those in. Ta-da. I said ta-da. Therefore, you should be fixed. You are fixed. Haha. This is GMK Banner. That was from GMK Banner. Their whites aren't quite as bright as I want them to be. But given how the set looks, I think I understand why the whites aren't quite as bright. Because it would actually look much brighter than it would seem compared to the dark keycaps. Okay, here we go. Immediately we got it. Here is the space bar. There is some ticking. I don't like that. I don't think we're gonna fix that tonight, but that's fine. Okay, whatever. I mean, I guess. Alright, now to put these back, because these are the extras. Super, we can put over here, that's fine. The weird period, sure. And the splits. There we go. Make it easier on myself. The GMK Civilization. I don't need anything else. I don't have any. Oh. Tilde key. I forgot the tilde key. Tilde key is top left corner, so this is the F row. Therefore, tilde key is here, escape is there. Yes. I know my things, guys. Yay. It's amazing. The amount of keyboards I've built is... Technically, the amount of times I've built a keyboard and tore it down is much more than the amount of keyboards I own. I have... Honestly, I think I want to mod my Ducky Mecha SF. That is one of the few keyboards I definitely want to mod. Because modding keyboards, very good. Not modding keyboards, quick test. Yeah, this likes, the Pandas like keyboards that accentuate the mids. Or the lower end. The highs, not so much. It doesn't... no, you do not want this in a keyboard with highs. Okay. I hate that this bends so much. It feels so blasphemous. Okay, more GMK, guys. Look at that pile in the corner. Here you go. View of the pile. Pile of books, it looks like. Okay. Oh, something about GMK Polybius, because I kind of have to mention it at this point. Probably have to see it over there. There you go. As you can see, because it's not even die sub, it's actually just printed on a lot of the graphics. Therefore, you can scratch them. So I wouldn't use this set as a main. It's really good display set though. It is a very good display set. Okay. Alright. I did use that, didn't I? Sure. Let's just use it as is. What did I do with the rest of them? I know. These guys. So that looks good. X and then the circle and square to the left and right of it. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting not to like the higher pitch boards. The higher pitch boards, not so much. Not my thing. I definitely prefer a lot of the not so high pitch boards. Oh, I think I know where this is supposed to be. I think this was actually... No, this might actually be control. Nope, this is control. I understand. Yeah, that makes sense. We're gaming there. And then these two are over here from back in the day. And oh, yeah, two of those. I don't know. I kind of want the circle. Left, right. We'll figure that out later, I guess. Okay, let's go with the rest of the keys first before I kill us. Well, you know, before my brain decides to turn itself off. Not that it's on, anyways. Yeah, it definitely sounds higher pitched. The Zeals are higher pitched compared to the Pandas, and yeah, it's also a much more sharp tactile feel. That's a rounder tactile feel. It's a relatively sharp, almost as tactile as the Pandas, but the Pandas are definitely much more obnoxious, or attention-seeking, I suppose you can say. Yeah, this feels about right, though. I like these better in terms of just being soft, nice, and calm. Nothing crazy. All right, not Tilda. I need this cape. Key. Nope. Why am I doing that there? Let me just have 1, 2, 3 in the mid row. Okay. But yeah, I don't like printed on keycaps. They look much nicer though because they do pop out a lot more. However, they just rub off is the problem. Yeah, and given the shapes, I get it. I get why they chose to do that. Having 2 different colors on a single switch is already difficult enough, and then having 3, just print them on at that point. I think it is silkscreen print versus regular print. But even then, I believe this is double shot. So 2 colors, double shot is fine. 3 colors on the other hand as double shot with eccentric designs, not so much. I don't believe that it's one of those things that you should actually do. And dropping your keycaps is not one of them either. So, alright, let me just pick that up. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is what happens when you have a sit-stand desk that is in a mid-height with a relatively high set. I might have to move the keyboard. Wait, how long have I been... Oh no. Zealios. I just realized I might have to change that title. Dashboard. Oh no. I can't stop the stream. I'll change it after the stream. I'm so sorry. Jesus. I looked at the stream and it was like, for the Zealios. Oh, double Z. I have it right on one of the platforms, I suppose. On the other platforms, not so much, unfortunately. I can't really mention them because, well, you're not supposed to in terms of TOS, because if you TOS against yourself, that's very, very bad. I'd rather stay within TOS whenever I can, but maybe at the end of stream, I'll mention it to you guys. That way, it's a little more fair. Yeah, this is a softer typing experience than the more attention-seeking Pandas. But that's much more marbly sounding. Lower pitched is much more calming. Of course it is much more calming. Everyone likes that deep bassy voice. It's much more trustworthy. If only I was born with a deep bassy voice, I'd have 10 times the amount of viewership, aka 10 people. I mean, I do have 10 follows, so that would be 100 follows, maybe. Honestly, I do want to stream on multiple platforms, but it does seem like I'm not able to do that quite yet. Right, the tilde key. Tilde key over here, because that's what I wanted. What was the other keys? This key is going to be... Oh, there it is. There's the half. There you go. Not quite complete, but you can see the color scheme actually makes sense with this keys. Well, with these keycaps, with GMK Polybius. Yes, that is what I was trying to say. GMK Polybius. This is why I script my videos, because I don't know what to say, and I will be fumbling with my words for about maybe half an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, many hours. No one wants that. No one wants you waffling on through a multiple set of videos. Let's grab that guy. I believe. I do not believe. I am wrong. That's not it. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, that does make sense over here. That does... Does that make sense over here? I might actually... I think... Well, no, we're gonna be using it for a while, so we're not gonna ruin more keycaps. Okay. Up, down, left, right. Oh, this is up, down, left, right? Damn, okay. Up, down, left, right. These are too big, I believe. For that. Come on. Give me the keycap. I hate these things. Alright, there we go. It's too big. I cannot use that. Cannot use that. Cannot use that. I forgot what I used for it. I used something for it. I might actually just go with my original thought and use one of these guys. Yeah, it's definitely one of these guys. I don't know. Does anyone have any reservations against it? Yeah, I might have to do that, unfortunately. I don't see anything in particular that makes sense to put other than that these keycaps. I will go with squares. Squares sound about right. Squares. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I don't hate it. Alright, now for the next one. Sure. We'll put break over here. Oh, no. Oh, something just disconnected. I didn't touch anything. Oh, my camera. Jesus Christ. I am so sorry, guys. Turn that off. And give me the... I thought you were fully charged. That should have not... Okay. Maybe I made a mistake by not ordering that dummy battery off of Amazon on a deal. This is the same one. 98% battery. Let's go. There we go. Am I back? Am I back? I am not back. I am back. There we go. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I'm back onto the keyboards because that's what all of you are here for. That's what I'm here for. I like keyboards. Keyboards are keyboards. Keyboarding the keyboard. I remember in general that I had one switch over there. That is... Oh, that's a 1U! Okay. 1U? I had a light bulb. Didn't I have a light bulb or something? Oh yes, this weird power one. Might fit. That fits the same rail, does it not? It looks like the same rail. It is not the same rail, but that doesn't matter. It's fine. It looks nice. Any objections? No. I'm gonna say there is no objections. Ta-da! No objections. Yay! Definitely not. Oh, there we go. I like this. This one over here. That looks right. That does not look right anymore. I lied to myself. It's gonna be one of those, huh? Sometimes you get into this hobby, you look at it and you go, yeah, that looks nice. You look at it again, it doesn't look nice. just looks like disappointment. I don't even know. I actually don't even know. They're all different. They are all different. I hate myself right now more than I thought I would. Why? What have I done to myself? Let's go with contrast. Yes, contrast over here. Matching set. Okay. That's the same, that's the same, that's the same, that's the same. Would it just be the keycap? Oh. F keys. Row 4s. Oh, row 1s. Let's put purple on the right. On the left. And green on the right. I think there is a green one. Is there not? Green. I kinda want this though. I kinda want that thing. Well, let's see if we can get focus on here. There we go. Left or right, guys? Left or right? I think I might say with our right one on the right, because that's technically backspace, so that makes sense and it doesn't look too bad. And the left is because I'm trying to escape and I'm confused. Yeah, that's about right. We are with mostly dark set. Okay, now we just need the arrow keys. Arrow keys, arrow keys, arrow keys. Yes, let's go with these arrow keys. They seem reasonable. They will work reasonably. Those keys. Yeah. You know, I will resign myself to not all the same row keys. And go with there you go. They all look good. Ta-da. It's all about the aesthetics, guys. All about the aesthetics. The sound doesn't matter. Trust me. The only point when the sound matters is when it starts annoying you. And once it starts annoying you, there's no going back. You are going to hate it. Because you noticed it. And once you notice it, there's no going back. Alright. Let me just put this back in here. Oh no. Oh, ew, that sound. This is why I do not like these boxes. I really wish they were very much like the IFK or Key.Company or Infinikeys boxes. I like them way more. There is a keycap set I am interested in, but oh, Cabernet. Let me grab Cabernet. After Cabernet, we're gonna pull this out. I said pull this out. Come on. Okay, you know what? Okay, you know, it's not as annoying as I thought it would be. Okay, I need the... Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Keycaps everywhere. How dare they? Oh, that's the escape key. Move that back here. Some other keys upside down. I do not like that they are upside down. But they did flip over, so I'm gonna flip them back. Probably because I flipped it earlier to show the side of the box. Not a bad idea, but you know. Come on, there you go. Got that. Put that there. Take this tray. There we go. Put that above. And we'll grab the extra escape. And the small shift. No, that sounds wrong. That feels wrong too. I'll put you over here. Sounds about right now. Put that back. And we are donezo's with the keycap swap, guys. Or the switch swap. Now the Glorious Pandas are on the NK65 and the Zealios are on the Mark 65. Okay. Oh, that sounds a lot more silent than I thought it would be. Okay. We have to bring back. Well, we're gonna silence the music and bring back the quotes in a little bit here, and our little coiled cable, because now we don't need our spare. We'll put these aside. Extra switches for no actual reason. Oh, of course, I forgot to plug this section in. Coiled cable is pure aesthetics. The only thing I like about this is the connector in between, which makes it much cleaner, especially if you stream or swap keyboards consistently. It's one of those things where you go, oh, I don't want to have to keep unplugging a cable all the way to the back of my computer to change this section, just this section that you see. So having a really nice Limo connector or just a regular XLR connector or balance XLR. I think that's called a balance XLR cable. Balance XLR instead of having to swap all these switches. Alright, let's move that aside. We shall go into monkey type here with another quote. And where's the music? We shall pause the music for now. Alright, let's see if my typing is worth. Hello, Glowy the Glowbug. How are you? Okay, we're gonna go typing first. We're gonna go through this code and we're gonna talk about it a little bit later. But right now, this is the NK65 with the Glorious Pandas in them. And I'm using, metal plate. It is modded though, just FYI. Yeah, I'm using a foam backing instead of the regular silicone one. And also the silicone insert in between the plate and the PCB is removed. I like it because it's lower pitched or mid-pitched instead of the solid higher pitched version when it is, what's it called? With the silicone mats. There you go. Relatively straight, technically speaking. All right, let me go ahead and see how this goes. All right. No, okay. Did I not plug in? Click here. Oh, no. Alright, so the source for that code. I died so hard there. But effectively, what happened was I used Control Backspace from the Mark 65 because I was swapping between Mark 65 and a regular keyboard. I would use Control Backspace to delete an entire word instead of hitting Backspace multiple times. So what happened is I effed up. All right. So the quote we got was from Hackers and Painters: "Big ideas from the computer age." Alright, like painting, most software is intended for a human audience, and so hackers, like painters, must have empathy to do really great work. You have to be able to see you have to be able to see things from the user's point of view. And that is very much correct. And a lot of the quote unquote hacking that happens a lot ends up being human engineering or social engineering, where a lot of the things where you'd be surprised to know is that when you send a message as the grandma, when you send a message as your best friend, when you get sent a message from your son, your daughter, people that you expect to help when the time of need comes, and that's how a lot of hackers, quote unquote hackers, get around. They call someone up, say, "Hey, by the way, I'm in X place," because you know that person went on vacation during that time and they just happened to do that. Then that is what happened. It is really, really annoying. Where people go, "Oh my god," because they're in a panic, they don't want to be let go. They just stay there. They just fall apart. But yes, if you want to, even you don't have to be a hacker to do this, but as a person who does any sort of engineering, or not just engineering, any software or any hardware, when you're designing a product or designing software for a user, you have to keep the user in mind. Otherwise, all you're doing is creating a piece of software and hardware to solve a problem, but you can't expect a user to solve the problem using the tool because you never thought of having a user deal with the tool. Okay. Oh, you can do that? Damn. All right. Okay, we're gonna do one more quote. Okay. Oh no, it looks like a love quote. I hate these things sometimes. What? I keep thinking I should have known. I shouldn't known it was him. Should have. I think that was a should have. Yeah, that seems. I keep thinking I shouldn't known it was him. That even after all these years, a man should know his own father when he's right in front of him. No, you will never know your father if they are right in front of you. And even if they are, that doesn't make them a good parent in any sort of capacity. So, a lot of people thinks. I remember hearing this saying that, at least from an old classmate of mine. He told me, we were sitting in the bus together. He told me, you know, in life, as long as you listen to your parents, you'll be fine. And I told him, "Oh yeah, say that to the orphan." It was like, "No, yeah, but you know what I mean," is what he replied. That. Just, but yes, it was one of those things where, like, yes, if you follow your parents' advice, you can get somewhere, but you'll only get as far as your parents. You have to break out of that advice to be able to go further than what your parents were doing. So that would depend on, I guess, what you're trying to do. If your parents have been nurses and doctors or engineers, for example, even my parents, they are, well, neither of them are creative, and yet here I am. Both me, my brother, my sister, all my siblings are in creative fields. However, both my parents are not in creative fields. Yeah. So it's crazy that you would think, oh, it's about having your, let's say, parental connection, no, or and you would go far. If you even if you knew your father, if you are an orphan, if you're born with a single mom, or if you're born with a single dad, you don't have to be with your other parent to know who you are. You just have to accept that you will grow the way you grow simply because of the environment you grow up with. And yes, it will matter from the genetics of your parents. But in general, whether you grow up with or without your parents, you're gonna be fine. You will grow up. At least I hope you'll grow up. And I know I haven't really grown up. I'm still playing with keyboards and talking to myself mostly. Okay. All right. Time for a regular English test. Words. Let's go. Not words. Time. Let's go 30 seconds. Regular English. We're not going to go anywhere crazy here. All right. Jesus Christ. Okay, at least I got a 98 words per minute. Finally. I just really need to get to 100. If I can get a constant 100, I would love that. But no, unfortunately I hit 70s as my low. Sometimes 60s. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad as you can see here. A peak. 124 peak? Okay. 116 sustained for a couple seconds there. For 15 to 21. For 6 seconds. Over 100. Yeah. Okay. If I can just keep that up. Just keep that up. Don't drop it. Stop dropping it. Okay. All right, one more test with, again, these are the Glorious Pandas with on the NK65. The keycap set is the GMK Civilization. The Glorious Pandas are lubed. All right. Oop, one more. See, this is what I'm saying. I'm not consistent. I got 77, and look at that dip. And I made a mistake? Huh, weird. I didn't correct it, I guess. But that little end bit there, oh, 120, 120. Let's go. 116. Okay. That end bit, I was sustaining for, again, 5 seconds. So, 5-second bursts for 100 words per minute. Okay. But in general, it's, I wouldn't, just no. Nice start, though. Okay. All right. Time to move on to the switches. I'm getting rid, quote unquote, getting rid of the Glorious 4. Or the Glorious Pandas. All right. Gonna grab this, put it to the side. Now here are the Zeal switches. So these are the Zealios from Zealios 62g. They are on the Mark 65. These are unlubed, or at least factory lubed. I believe they have some lube out of the factory. Don't quote me on this. I don't remember it actually being there, but this is unlubed. Let me just unplug this real quick. As you can see, it's a higher pitched board. Definitely, it is higher pitch switches. And even earlier when I was testing this with the Glorious Pandas on the Mark 65, it is much lower pitched than the Zeals. So if you like higher pitched tactile, go with the Zeals. If you want lower pitched tactiles, go with the Pandas. But after a little sound test there, you can figure out what's going on. Okay, let us go to the next test. Let's go quote. Let's go back to quote for now. The quote for the Mark 65 looks like Looks like a nice code. Looks like it might be a nice code. I don't think I can go through this fast though. Let me arrange my keyboard so that I'm not too screwy. There we go. Not bad. Hold up, I have to shut something down. Okay. My automatic fan turned on. Oh, jeez. Alright. Here we are. So that was the Mark 65 with the... Yes, the... they both have 65 in the name. Alright, this is the Mark 65 by Board Source. And this is the GMK Polybius switch. GMK Polybius with the Zealios 62g switches in them. They are unlubed. Wow, that's brain. So much brain. Okay. Where else? One more typing test. One more quote. Thanos? Wait, what? Is that from Marvel in any way? Thanos? Okay, that code is from Thanos. All right, I don't know. All right, fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe, but this does put a smile on my face. I don't know if Thanos would have said it in that particular way, but yes, fun. Well, the universe is not balanced in What am I trying to say? Oh, kill me. Need some water. I just realized that was coffee. And it's midnight. And I'm not going to sleep for the next few hours. Alright. That aside, fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. Yeah. The universe just kind of... I don't know how that's a thing. But yes, no, fun isn't something the universe is capable of. It just is. But, you know, just going through life in general can put a smile on your face. Okay, someone messaged me. Give me 1 sec, guys. I am so sorry. Not really. Ooh, that ping. That was a lot of ping. Oh my god. Alright. We are gonna go with the next one. Let's go with regular English. And then we can end the stream there, I suppose. I kind of want to play Apex. There's only 10 minutes left. But I do want to end the stream. That way we can make a different stream for Apex and a different stream for keyboards. I do like keyboards and I do like Apex. So I'm going to play some Apex later. I don't know. I might just do that off stream. I'll just play some Apex and then, you know, go through just the keyboard stuff. I might just do keyboard streams for the most part. Because I think there's going to be 1 to 2 keyboard streams and then an Apex stream. Okay. All right. Last few tests. We are going to instead go into regular words, not words, on time. 30 seconds on the clock. Again, this is the Mark 65 with the Zeal switches, the 62 grams unlubed, with the keycaps being GMK Polybius. No. Jeez. I guess you guys can see what I'm typing. I'm not typing anything in particular. Yeah. Yeah, but essentially earlier, I did miss it. I was supposed to start streaming. Normally, I would start streaming around 6 to 7 o'clock. That's my normal start time, but I was out doing some stuff and I came home a little later than I expected. And then I decided, yeah, I forget. Let me just go eat some food instead of streaming until hours of the night and then going to sleep a little too late, unfortunately. And, you know, I bought a couple things, some groceries, cooked some food, and late to stream. Therefore, you guys get a later stream than normal. I would probably end stream normally at, I don't know, some other time. But let us go through two more. We'll just go with two more. Two more typing tests. Oh, let me just message my friend that we're almost done here. There we go. Literally typed almost done. And that was much slower than I wanted it to be. But here we go. Oh, let's move that away. Oh. Okay. Let's... 30 seconds on the clock. Let's go. Not as good. Not as good as earlier. 82 words per minute. And 96% accuracy. My raw is 82, yeah. I didn't... I made 2 mistakes. I did correct them in the end. Okay. And one last test. Let's see if we can break that 100 barrier. I don't think we can tonight, but we'll check. Nope. I just jinxed myself. Alright. My brain is actually shutting off here. So I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow. I don't think I'll be looping these switches. But I am gonna take the glorious links out of my GMMK Pro and swap them with the Zealios, which is on the board right now. So that's tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming around Pacific Standard Time, 6 to 7 o'clock at night. I might stream earlier if I can get to it. So, but only 30 minutes. I'm not going to go crazy early. So I'm going to do the same thing I did previously, but a lot easier, because all I'm going to do is take off the switches out of the GMMK Pro, put them in a box, and then take those same switches, take those Zealios, and then put them on the GMMK Pro. And I might prep a little bit more by taking the good and blue, taking those out and putting them onto the GMMK Pro, because I believe the GMMK Pro and the good and blue are, what's it called? I forgot. The good and blue, I should be able to take those out and put them on a different keyboard. I don't want to though, because I know I'll also have to remove the rubber gaskets on them because I have them silenced. O-rings. I did a video on them. But yeah, if you guys are looking for the VOD past 7 days, of course there is the YouTube channel, but here on Twitch you can actually go there. Go on there. You can watch it for the next 7 days. If you don't want to leave the platform, you can feel free. But yes, the VODs will be up, obviously, under the same name, Enthusiast Naka, and it will be recorded. Recorded? No, it'll be there. It'll just be there because it's, you know, 2 streams. Okay, 2 streams. Yeah. All right. Okay. Anyways, that's the plan for tomorrow. Another stream for keyboards, and then on, I believe, Wednesday, we'll be doing Apex streaming or Mario Kart streaming. I don't know which one I want, but if I'm gonna do Mario Kart, I can't really put that on YouTube just because Mario Kart is a Nintendo franchise, and Mario Kart is notorious for suing everybody. But on tomorrow, roughly, I'm gonna say 5:30 to 7 o'clock, I'm gonna start streaming to swap the switches over from the GMMK Pro to the Zealios. Those are the links that have been lubed. I'll put those in, and then next week we'll probably be doing lube streams for both the Zealios and the Zealios. Zealios, yeah. All right. Anyways, you guys have a nice one, and I will actually, I might try raiding someone for once. Let me raid someone, but have a nice one. Oh, I might not try raiding some. I need to follow them, or actually, yeah. For this is probably where I'll cut off the YouTube video. All right. Home. Nope. No. Not home. Nope. Where is? That's Twitch. Twitch. Twitch.tv. For me, no, I don't want that. Search. Let's go with arts. Not art. Let's check makers and crafting. Hey, looks like we have 1, 2. 2 guys that are doing keyboard stuff. Someone doing Gundam, a Gundam Strike build. And we have a BRB, cross stitch peoples. Raid. Maybe I won't raid until I have a couple followers. That makes more sense now, doesn't it? Right, guys? Maybe we should do that? Maybe let's just do that instead. When we have more people, at least 5. We gotta raid with 5. We don't want to raid with 1, guys. That just seems... it just seems bad. Bad form. Okay. Let's just do that instead. We're gonna raid once we get to at least somewhere between 5 to 10 people on stream. Then we can raid people up, and we don't look so pitiful that we're looking for views. Says a guy with 2 people watching. Anyways, have a nice one. I will see you.